Welcome in. Thank you for tuning into the stream. Seeing Jerry in there, Mike. Welcome in. The early peeps, maybe the Noti squad. And also thanks Mod for getting that slow mode active. Did see that pop up. So, final day of Tapu Koko in the raids actually as a tier 5 boss, technically, because sorry Kevin, triple one, I've already raided with you. We'll do maybe one European invite on stream if we get one in the next couple of minutes from somebody we haven't raided with. But we're going to be chasing, see if it can sparkle tonight, and if it can deliver 100%, so I wouldn't say no to one like that, but hey, that's the RNG. MT Furs, good to see you back, welcome. Sammy, how's it going, my dude? Lince, I got you and Leon ready to rock and roll. Panda, welcome in, ready for the raids. Telepathy as well, and ETLS, good to see you, how are you doing? Dwayne, a very good evening to you, man, how are things? So we're looking like a fairly clear run, to be honest, only really one block gym that's down there, so we're kind of just we're gonna go and see how many we can hit. We're gonna start this double and wander our way around the sort of main roads. Primal Groudon is ready to rock and roll with the most damage, and we'll see if we can get a shiny one, because since last week's raid hour where we hit 20,000 subscribers, thank you very much everybody for that. That was the only shiny Tapu Koko we've had the entire 2 weeks. I don't know why Tapu Koko's just not decided to sparkle at all, apart from that one time, so we'll see if it delivers perhaps tonight. But I'd rather a hundo, I've got to be honest, I'd rather a hundo for the collection. 2 random 2Ks. Sue, good afternoon, welcome in. Howdy, howdy, howdy. 7 minutes until it kicks off here. Togepi, a random one. And you guys may have seen, if you haven't done so already, a new event has been announced before part 1 of it's even started. They've actually announced the Team Rocket takeover and confirmed what pretty much everybody suspected who is in the know of what rocket rotations are like. I looked over the date, I forgot the date, but after a certain amount of time, when it's the Verdant Wonders, the second half of that Zarude based event, it's going to switch over and we'll have a Team Rocket takeover. Apparently, according to the infographic, Shiny Sandile is being released through 12 kilometer rings, which is a really good shiny, but I think a bit of a wasted burn considering it's a 3-stage evolution and it could really get a community day in the future. But things like Shadow Darumaka are coming to Grunts for the first time, Shadow Pidgey for Brandon Tan, and Shadow Groudon will come to Giovanni's balloons and everything. So that's sort of, I think it's like 4 or 5 days, including within the Shadow Mewtwo raid weekend. I think it's like March the 27th or something. So they've kind of covered all the events that are running through the whole month now. We've got everything, which is kind of jokes. I didn't see who's inviting me. Lampinius, I'm sorry dude, I've already raided with you, man. I've already raided with you. VG, hello, welcome in, good to see you. And Andrew Rugg, good to see you. Less than 48 hours until fly to Krakow. Enjoy the city, safe travels, and I think you were playing Listen Community Day over there, aren't you? Fantastic place. I'd love to go and play a com day over there, actually, having been there last year. Almost a year. I was there in April 2023. Fabulous place to go and play, so enjoy. Brandon M, good to see you back in the stream. Welcome in. How's it going? Not doing too badly here. It's kind of the first bit of Pokemon Go today, really, apart from spinning stops using the good old trusty Go++, because I've been plastering a bathroom all day, basically. Tobias, welcome into the stream. We'll see MT first if the shiny charm works today, but I'm thinking maybe it's about time. We're looking at Tapu Koko. We've done quite a few raids, and only the one from last week sparkled, because I threw away all the other ones. I got one 98%er from way ago, and got quite a few shinies back. This was before the remote raid nerf, actually. So we've had quite a few, but only one shiny, so I think we're overdue for one, to be honest. And yeah, I think we're going to be stuck with Windy Boost, so we're going to be looking for 1810 for tonight. Jen, welcome into the stream. Good to see you. Panda plays, yes, that's confirmed. So I've got 6 of you on from the comments of the community post, and this is I messaged the mod squad as well, but just in case, mods are in the chat ahead of the wind and noise and everything. The folks who I've got added, there are 6 of them, as Linz and Mike Griffin, etc. Basically, when they've maxed out, they're going to post in chat saying they've maxed remotes or whatever and turn themselves offline in the game. We're not going to get them to remove because they're on for raid out and for the Primal Kyogre raid day 2, which should be very good fun. Looking forward to that one. 4 minutes until we kick off, and of course it's almost like it's only been around for like a month or so, hasn't it? Like even less than that. But now we've had this double like 25-minute timer for raid hours. It just sort of feels like the norm at this point, really. I'm just sort of like, okay, cool, we're having 2 waves of raids. I can just do this, go down the main road and loop and come back. All good. Elias, welcome in, good to see you. And Sam O'Donnell, hey, nice to see you, man. Can't wait for the takeover event on 27th. Yes, 27th, that was it. I thought it was the 27th. Vullaby is in the wild, is it? See, I skipped over quite a lot of the article. I've got to reread it because I'm very likely to put it in the podcast tonight, but if we put it in this week's podcast, then we won't have anything for next week. Is there still a 5-minute break? I believe there is. There's a 5-minute break between sort of 25 past 6 and half past 6, and then a 5-minute. It sort of ends at like 6:55 these days, unless it's a few late egg hatches, which I don't think we may get one at that studios gym, perhaps. But we'll see. We'll see what happens today. Not a problem, telepathy. I think because it's like the Primals is the first time they're back since GoFest, and also I haven't actually live streamed a raid day before, I think, because I usually have rolled it into a video just as a whole. So it's like, why not? We'll live stream one of the hours of it, the first hour of the Primal Kyogre raid day on Sunday, and see if we can get some other people, because a lot of folks out there don't have maybe a Honda Kyogre or a good Kyogre, because it's not back in raid rotations very often. And more often than not, I think the Primals are going to come back rather than the regular Legendary. And now we've got the Shadow variant, and people might have good Shadows, need XLs. There's 20 remote raid limit, which is great. I would encourage you folks, if you're here in the chat or if you're new, welcome in. Jump into the Discord. There's a Discord server surrounding this channel, and it's a great place to make international friends. And there's the raid day going on for Primal Kyogre this Sunday, and you get 20 remote raids for the day. And technically, depending on the time zone and where you are, you can loop around and you get 20 remotes over 2 days, which is quite nice. So definitely jump into the Discord if you're missing some international friends, or if you want a remote raid into different time zones with the increased remote raid cap, which is, I'm looking forward to it personally. Can't say no to 20 remotes per day. And I will say I'll be staying up. West Coast folks, I'll be staying up. It might have to be Hawaii potentially, but I'll be staying up until whatever it is, like 3 in the morning on Monday morning. So we've got to go for the grind. Although we do already have a shundo Kyogre, so Groudon the weekend after is going to be a bit more of a chase. But it looks like we're not going to have a remote raid invite from Europe, which means we're going to be having 3 remotes available for the East Coast tonight, which I'm looking forward to. And actually, because the East Coast clocks, it's 10 PM here in the UK when your guys' raid hour happens. MT first bag in a 96 shiny Tapu Koko. Very nice indeed. Why is this not one spawned in? Okay, well, it doesn't matter. We're going to jump into this one. Of course, inviting Patreon squad members as well, and pinging those invites out to the folks who were added through the community post this week, which is great. 6 of you on. So if you don't get an invite immediately, don't feel too bad, because we're going to be pinging invites sort of through. So we're going to get the raid out invites on first. Sorry, Mike Griffin, next raid. I will make sure it's sort of evenly distributed, but we're going to have more than 5 raids, so everyone's going to get their remote raid cap burned if they choose to burn all 5 passes. Here, there are other time zones. I can't blame. I'm a sucker for an interesting geotag, to be honest. Give me a funky geotag on a legendary. Some of my favourite legendaries, like Hundos and 98 shinies, have very, very interesting geotags or event tags. which I'm always a huge fan of. And look at that, 5 people straight away in. Thank you for jumping in, peeps. The official Poke Kid, welcome in. Subbed and liked. Oh, subbed and liked. Thank you very much. Hey, appreciate it. Welcome in for the ride. We've got another live stream coming up tomorrow. Will it let me load the friends list? Come on, game. I swear it's almost every single UK raid hour something goes wrong. Load it up. Come on. There we go. Right, let's invite Alex, Jerry, we'll get Sue in this one, we'll get Boris, Lyra Bear, and we'll return the invite to Lampinis on the next raid. On that one. What was that? During the summertime I'll do at least one raid hour at Casa Loma. Oh, very nice. Whatever raid boss that happens to be. I'm hoping this summer is going to be like a couple of good raid bosses in there, because Tapu Koko's disappearing. It's a good shiny, and you know, it's not particularly meta relevant, which is a shame. 10 people in, almost in the max lobby there. 11 technically would be the full-on lobby. That's fantastic. But now we've got Regice for a week. Regice arrives tomorrow, so that's Thursday at 10 AM your local time, which is in sync with the Weather Week. I don't know whether they're just trying to give Weather Week a whole vibe of kind of displeasure or something along those lines, but yeah, Regice, it's not really the most interesting thing. I guess the good substitute for a bad legendary is when a good Mega is in play, and Mega Tyranitar is coming back, and that is top tier in terms of rock and dart types. Very, very good, particularly since it had a move update not too long ago, well, probably like 6 months ago at this point, for Brutal Swing, which makes it very good dart type. It's McFluffy chat. Hello, good to see you. How are you doing? And what's on the menu for dinner tonight? Because it is that time here in the UK. I'm out here starving myself, but I'd rather be eating up raids than, I don't know, potatoes. Right, first Tapu Koko is down. Pretty confident it's not going to be weather boosted, so if you find yourself an 1810, that's 100%. We got 1776 and almost a completely frozen screen. You may remember yesterday, actually, I think we did a Tapu Koko and it broke. It broke the game. We had to restart on a remote raid invite. Third bet, yes, ETLS, thank you, there we go. I always love a bit of clarification. Most damage done by myself, that's what Shadow Mammoth and Primal Groudon will do. But Sue with the final strike, lovely work. And there's the the shiny Primal Groudon, nicely done there. Third best rock type and first dark type, top tier dark type, there you go. Not shiny here, but hopefully out there amongst the 9 remoted invites there was some kind of sparkles out there. Panda unfortunately not, but higher IV than mine, 1786. In fact, directly 10 CP higher than mine. I would expect in the future, and this is where it's sort of, even if a legendary or a certain Pokemon, second ball catch, I'll take that, isn't top tier at the moment, Niantic and Pokemon Company, etc., can have a strategy where, much like Tyranitar, actually, oh, there we go, great friends with one of the peeps from the live stream ads, which is great, shows the reoccurring. Somebody's in there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite a batch of people, 2 batches of people, and then open it to public in case they happen to be lurking around. So let's get a batch of Patreon members in first. Let's invite Dunkers, Karen, Lampinas, Shiny Akir Mum, and we'll get the Wolverine in here, still working towards best friends. Eventually, Jerry with a non-shiny 1775, around the same ballpark as me. Not shiny for telepathy, 1730, ouch. And 1750 regular for Sue too. Fish in cheese and broccoli sauce tonight. Oh, enjoy. Enjoy it. Leon nabbing a 92% and Linz with a 96. I think it definitely the win there. And I was growing great friends with you. Fabulous. Thank you for jumping on for the reoccurring weeks. But we'll always do that. So if I don't end up posting a video towards the end of the week, that's not going to be a problem this weekend because there's a lot of content going on. But typically I'll post this live stream schedule on either Monday or Tuesday morning, and that will be where I will have a backup of posting saying, hey, join for the this week's raid hours sort of thing. Sorry, we're separating Leon and Linz there, but Those invites have been pinged. And why is it well, I guess Windy Boost actually. 96 Shadow Mewtwo. Hey ho, but back to the sort of point of... Actually, before we do that, yes, Shadow Groudon is coming to the Giovanni Battles and Balloons on March the 27th, and I'll have 2 radars technically. I've got one left over, and we'll get one from the new research. So we'll definitely be out on March the 27th, but we've got a lot of cool content coming before that. But I honestly think March has been a really solid month for Pokemon Go. Decent raid bosses, to be honest, and Spolars have been mid, but the events have been really, really good and reoccurring, and the info for these events from Niantic has been coming really, really early, which is great. I mean, we haven't even started the Zarude event. They've already announced the Team Rocket takeover that happens at the end of it, which is jokes. Ian Gravert, welcome to the stream. Bukar. Is that trying to get a dirty word spoken out of my mouth? I don't know. Maybe. Hey, I got the 10-10. Oh, was that the 10-10-10? 1730 is the 10-10-10. That's the equivalent. It's a raid Nundo. Like, it's a raid and egg Nundo. So congrats on the Tendo. We call it a Tendo, I guess. Toggle Pro Man, welcome into the stream. So, going back a long way to the point of move updates and things like that, Tapu Koko could very likely get a bit of a boost in terms of a fairy type attacker. It doesn't have a fairy type fast move at the moment, but it could very easily, I think, get fairy wind. I'm not 100% sure of its actual main series kind of play. Already the phone's having a hissy fit. But I will say, I think Tapu Koko, the next time it comes around as a legendary, probably in like, I mean, they've had it quite recently, but it could be a year or so. I reckon it will get a move update, and I'll say, hey, it now gets access to Fairy Wind. Here you go. Shadow Late Trio would be interesting. Oh, God. But the Groudon coming in basically confirms that by the time we get to, it'll actually be the beginning of summer technically, because we're already at the end of March. So I think 1783 is a bit meh. By the time we get round to the end of June, beginning of July, which is sort of in sync around the GoFest season, Shadow Rayquaza will be the mon for Giovanni. So, going to be insane. Hello, is your Groudon a 100%er? It is. It's one of 3 hundo Groudon I've managed to get over the years. Right, good luck everybody who's in that lobby. Bing! Not shiny here, unfortunately. Perhaps somebody else out there can nab the lovely sort of orange coral and black shiny as it is. Andrew, good to see you, dude. How's things? And 1768. First ball catch. I'll take that. Panda with a 1746. And hey, look at that. We level up with another Patreon member. Fabulous. Can I see details? Shiny IK Mum, one of the newer editions. Fantastic. I'm more excited for that to get a costume, actually. Cottony getting a flower crown. Fantastic choice. Particularly since it gets kind of like an orange flower crown, because the shiny's orange. Right, we're going to wander down to the next raid. My Griffin 1752. Frozen your tracks. We're going to quickly tackle this balloon. I think that's the plan. See if it's a Swinub. It's a Snover. Oh dear. Well, let's just torch it, shall we? Why not? We want the mysterious components. No idea what the new Shadow Shinies will be from the leaders. There's a few potential ones that could be good in play, like, for example, Shadow Shiny Swinub. Not sure. There'll be one reoccurring from the leaders, and we don't know which one, so literally in about 2 weeks, we're going to wave goodbye to Shadow Bagon from Arlo. Right, let's torch this thing. Sandra not having a shiny, unfortunately, but thank you for jumping in the raid. Right, there we go. Grunt completed. Congrats, Plummy, on getting that shiny Tapu Koko. I got one last week on the previous raid house stream, so hopefully tonight can deliver as well. But we'll see. Let's just get this Snova caught in the bin. Because no one cares. Why did I tap that? I didn't intend to tap that. Oh, this is the block gym. So, to this one. 14 minutes, we've really got to kind of rocket along, so we're not going to be stopping too much. Let's go. Just hit 30 raids, no shiny. Hopefully soon, yes, Panda, hopefully soon it can be delivered. I'm just sort of pinging them randomly there. I've seen the news of the Team Rocket takeover. Briefly looked over the infographics. Not only is Shadow Groudon coming to Giovanni battles, we've got new shadows coming to the game, one of which, Shadow Darumaka, is going to be very, very usable as a super DPS heavy fire type, which I think is really nifty. And a few others like Shadow Pidgey. Yeah. But there'll be some more PvP ones, I'm very sure of that. I expect to see Shadow Shiny Drowsy in the Psychic type grunts, because that's becoming a 1-star Shadow Raid boss. And a few other things. Right, let's go down to the bottom. Owen, Stewie, Sammy, Wolverine 2. And where are we at? So let's ping Barside an invite. It might be maxed. Yeah, Barside. Of course he's maxed. Let's invite Alex next and get a level up with him. That one ran. Oh, sorry, Mike. Sorry to hear. Tapu Koko's been a bit of a troublesome one for you, hasn't it? I think we had one run last week as well. What else? Apparently shiny Sandals coming from 12 kilometer eggs after the start of that event. So the Team Rocket takeover is bringing a new Egglock shiny. I wouldn't worry too much, because obviously the 12 kilometer egg pool, you know, you have to walk the most distance to hatch them. You're more than likely going to hatch a lot of dino from them, typically, I think. And also, Sandal's a very good com day candidate, so don't stress about getting that shiny, but I'll be giving it a bash for sure. First Tapu Koko raid I did ran, very stubborn. Sorry to hear. Why is Tapu Koko being a bit of a one for everybody? And we're in. I thought I'd lagged out of the battle there. Welcome in, peeps, to the stream. If you're new and joining, thank you very much. Hope you're having a good day wherever you're tuning in from. Lytton Comp Day coming up though. Yes, exactly. Lytton Community Day coming up, real nice. I think actually Lytton is the final Alolan starter. I don't actually have a hundo of it, so when we're in Oxford we're going to be searching for a hundo if we can, doing a few trades afterwards. But the ability to Elite TM Blast Burn will probably go live the following day, so it will be during the Kyogre raid day, I'd assume. That's how they typically work, is it's sort of like 24 hours after the event to unlock the Elite TM ability. Tapu Koko is in the bin. Good luck. 1810 people is your number. We got 1787, I think it was. Oh, I mean, I have Hundo Rowlets and I have Hundo Poplio. Sammy with the final strike, nicely done. Lytton, I've never got a hundo of it, even though I've hatched countless ones when they were in the egg pools. And not a shiny here. 1776 for Panda. Not a first ball catch this time, which is a shame. 1771 for Sammy, Mike Nab in a 1786, pretty much exactly the same stats as me. Andrew with almost the Tendo, 1739, second ball catch, I'll take that one actually, that's good. Kind of mess stats. We're just going to jump straight into this one and see if we can get through as many as possible. But Bar, good to see you, dude. How are things today? An invite's coming your way directly. There we go, and ping invites, Patreon squad members. There we go. VG managed to hatch a Hundo Lytton. I get a research Hundo. When it was in one of the tasks for the longest time. I think it's still actually in the research task. It's power up a Pokemon 7 times gives you one of the Alolan starters, which for the longest time, literally years at this point, I've always thrown it away because I'm not burning dust on something that can't be, shiny at this point. Now Rowlet can be shiny and then Lytton will be, so 2 of the 3 in that task will be shiny eligible, which is always a decent thing. The more shinies to chase for, the better. Don't feel too left out, Panda. Don't worry, there'll be plenty more invites. I want to make sure I get through everybody and get their passes sorted. Are you going to be adding people in the comments for Primal Groudon? Very likely. That's next Saturday, isn't it? Not this coming Saturday with, obviously, Listen Community Day, the following one. That will be attached probably at the end of the code this weekend, covering those events. So if you're new or reoccurring and want to potentially join for Primal Groudon's raid day, we will live stream it, and we'll probably pop out a few invites. It'll be 20 remote raid limit again, so I'll be definitely remote, I think, because Groudon is the one remaining shundo of that trio from Gen 3 I don't have. 7 of us in. Let's get this raid completed, and I should be able to nab down to the church at the end of the road just to make that one happen. So all I can say is keep your eye on the channel, because if I for some reason forget at the end of the Kyogre video next week, Lindsay lost the last 2. Sorry to hear. Why is it being so troublesome? I genuinely am a strong believer that these days the catch RNG is so weird that it favours bad throws. Throw a few useless throws, like just straight no throw bonus, and it will. Then if you go back to excellence and create more variety with your throws, then for some reason it seems to catch more. And we are into a bit of a signal dead spot, so bear with. Did I miss a donation celebration? Oh, Big Dane, I did miss a donation celebration. Thank you very much for the super sticker. Sorry there, I completely missed that. My bad. Appreciate the support, appreciate the donation towards the channel. Thank you so much. Don't know how I missed that. Charlie Lucy, lovely to see you in the stream. How are you doing today? And Tapu Koko is done. 17:45 on this end. This is bad, but maybe somebody out there, obviously if you're in that raid, shout what your IV were. VGE, ooh, not a bad one. I think you might have nabbed yourself 96%er right there. Look at me with the final strike, beautiful. 1798, that's a decent one. Not shiny. Weird, my chat completely frozen. I had to refresh the stream. We were in a little bit of a signal dead spot. I'm not sure if that was a factor or if it's just YouTube doing YouTube, unfortunately. Telepathy now in a 1777. Still need the shiny button, saving those precious coins, yes, because there's a lot of good stuff coming up that's worth raiding more than this. And then obviously Reg Ice, you know, is coming into the tier 5s tomorrow. But there's 2 primal raid days coming up in the next 2 weeks, plus Shadow Shiny Mewtwo coming back, and then the Shadow Shiny Raikou on the weekends as well. So the weekends are far more lit for raids than the general 5 stars. Right, we've got 5 minutes. Let's smash this one. And I think, just to be on the safe side, I don't want to have anybody losing their passes, so we'll stick with this one, wait for the gym to refresh, and that will be a good one. Let's invite Alex, Boris, Jerry, Dunker, see if we can get lucky friends again, Lampinius and Owen, maybe next time. Waylord, I think you asked that question the last time you were in a stream. I can't remember if it was literally yesterday or if it was last week, but quite a few. Quite a few. Burton Abbott 44. Practically the same CP as me, dude. Mike gave it in the 1764. Hopefully this one catches, dude, and doesn't give you the runaround. It is a 96 VG, 15 in defense, 14 in the other 2. Gotcha. Good pull though, 96% is solid. And there we go. That's the last one I'm going to do for today. Telepathy, fully understand, because yeah, the Primal Kyogre is coming up this weekend, so thanks for burning a few passes with us. And yeah, tick yourself offline, but I'll remember it, because there's only 6 of you to remember by, so I shan't ping you the more invites. ETLS at 41 Raikos, no shiny. Ouch. Hopefully that changes and the RNG catches up with you, because it is supposed to be the 1 in 20 ratio, but obviously RNG is its own thing. I mean, there are sometimes shadows. I know there were people, when Shadow Mewtwo came around for the first time in May of last year, there were people who did 60, 70 raids or so for it, didn't get a single shiny. So a lot of people were looking for redemption at the end of this month. Ten of us in, love to see it. Thank you, peeps. And we're going to rock and roll with a half-dead Primal Groudon. It ran away as well, mate. Oh my god. Why? Why is Tapu Koko being so... Maybe it feels left out. It's like, I'm not a very powerful legendary, so I'm going to be extra problematic for you. That's a real shame. That was just a moped rider singing as he went down the road. Very interesting. Maybe he thinks no one can hear him, but I'm afraid that's not the case. Everyone can hear you, except yourself. Alright, so while we take this one down, we can, Nightbot's posted the schedule. I've actually kept it up to date. So live streams, we've still got 3 coming up this week on the channel. So tomorrow, from about 2 PM, we're going to be out and about chasing some Weather Week shiny Pokemon. We'll see if we can nab a Castform. We'll check out the research task, and we'll see if a Mega Tyrannosaur spawns a round or 2. Because the raids otherwise are a bit flat, I think. You know, but we'll chase some wild spawns, see if a bit of a shiny hunt tomorrow, which will be good fun for a couple of hours. And then we've got the Lytton Community Day. We'll be in Oxford with Ian Waterfall and Masterful 27. First hour there covering it, see if we can get shiny Lytton or some good IV ones. And then finally the Kyogre Raid Day as well. And 1766 over here. But quick in and out, just wanted to say hi. We'll be crushing it Sunday. I think like most of us may. We're sending and receiving invites. Have a great day. You too, my man. Have a good rest of the day. And thanks for popping in the stream and popping into a couple of raids with us. Appreciate you as always, man. And see you for an Orca chase. This is still not shiny. That's okay. That's okay. The other thing is, I don't know about you guys, but I like to try and use my special trade, even if it's for a random legendary swap with people. And there are lots of other legendaries that come to the top of the pile, like Therian Landorus, or, you know, some of the Ultra Beasts, like Xerneas. Not Xerneas, sorry. I already have the Hunter of that, Xurkitree, but now I have the Hunter of that anyway, so it's like, do I need to bother? Which one was it? It was Nihilego. Nihilego, still don't have a Hunter of that. So there are lots of things you could burn your special trade on, legendary-wise. Tapu Koko is not on that list for me, personally. No sparkles on stream yet. Yeah, exactly. If anybody was asking about shiny, unfortunately, Landon, no shiny as of yet, but we'll see if that changes. Kevin, very good evening to you. Hope you're doing good, man. And there's the catch. Beautiful. Kevin, did you get out and about for your raid hour, or were you occupado? If you did, how did it go? Right, there's no way we're making it to another raid because they're all despawning in seconds. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait it out here and let... Ooh, just slip on the wall. Let these raids refresh. We'll go back up the road and do the same routes, as it were. Oh, Alex, nabbing a 98% shiny. Good to see you in the rain. Good to see you in stream, dude. Hope you're good. Congrats, 1805 shiny. That's definitely the biggest win I've seen in the last couple of weeks for... Or certainly for Tapu Koko, I would argue. Nicely done. Oh dear, that was a carp. Let's just gloss over that. Fail. Anyway, Linz managed to catch that one, 1792. Is that going to be like a 93 or 91%? Nice, not too bad on the IV either. And Panda nabbing the shiny too. There we go, congratulations. It's a fairly shiny filled lobby on that one. There were 2 shinies. Good stuff. Always happy to try and provide. That's what I find typically, is that the invites do a lot better, but that's because there are technically more invites or invited people than there are local, but that's all good. Right, now we're in that sort of weird 5-minute cooldown where we wait for the raids to refresh. So we can just sit and chill. 98 shiny Tapu Koko, sick, dude. Fantastic. And we were talking about it earlier on stream, but it's very likely the Tapu Koko in possibly 12 months' time, or maybe even sooner if they decide to try and make it more PvP relevant or something like that. it could very well get a move update and give it a fairy type fast move, which would actually make it vastly better than it already is. This is a water grunt, so let's whack in our katana and then our circuitry, and then because we're still... I need to find a new thing to best buddy actually, because we've already done the enamorous. There we go. Let's do that. VGE and shundos. I feel like I've missed the whole conversation on one. Never forget that one Palkia stream where it was giving out shinies and hundos left, right and centre. Yeah, it so was, wasn't it? And shundos in Dwayne's case. Goodness me, was that 21 or was that 22? I like to think that was that 22? I forget, honestly. I genuinely forget. But that stream was good. Yeah, there were so many things popping up and down. There we go, Leon's IV range, 1791, 1777 and 1762, 1764. So sort of working their way down, but no shiny unfortunately. My goodness me. Right, that's one rocket radar. We may have a final bash at finding an Arlo, because it's windy boost currently, I believe. Let's get that barboach captured. August 3rd, 22. There we go. Thanks, VG, for diving through the archives. Katana's tiny. Like, I didn't know how tiny Katana was. Wow, not even PvP. Get out of here. And the rocket radar's coming through. I was surprised when I saw it. In fact, let's have a look at it, because we've got time to burn. Why not? Actually, since we've got like 3 minutes until the raid refresh, a Biffalora going past bins. If you're in stream now, shout what you'd like to see maybe in the collection, something interesting. Katana is only, well, basically that's 1 foot tall, 30 centimeters tall. When you had a ruler at school for measuring things, that's the size of Katana right there. But it is a piece of origami, so it kind of makes sense, but it is what it is. Oh, we have an invite. 69. Do you know what? We might actually... Since we've got some time, I'm going to burn a raid pass on that one with him. I think it's Angus, actually. I believe it's Angus. Yes, Mama Glass as well. Met them at many, many live events for this game, so we'll do that. Pedro, hey, lovely to see you again. How are you doing? And how's the grind going now you're sort of back in the game? ETLS, what have I missed? Have I missed something quite significant? What's happened? Where? Oh my god, I was remoting Tapu and have a hundo check. No way, have you bagged yourself a shundo? Oh, we all hit ready, there we go. Sorry, I totally missed that hundo check. Massive, major congrats. Everybody give ETLS a huge, huge congratulations, because they just bagged themselves a shundo Tapu Koko, which is insane. And that's where the remote raid game comes into play really nicely. Well done. Very well done. Is that legendary shundo first one, or is it adding to a collection? Because as a shundo, I mean, visually, Tapu Koko's sick. So massive, massive congrats. Genuinely very, very pleased for you. Back in a shundo. Sick. Eugene getting shinies back to back, nicely done as well. I'm still sort of blown away. So, sorry I missed that message before. It's pretty useless though. It's useless at the moment. It may get a move update. It needs that fairy fast move, preferably fairy winds, because they're sort of piecing it together over years. Because first, like, Tapu Koko arrived, it was kind of rubbish. Then they dropped the shiny, people chased the shiny. Now it's come back around for its 3rd rotation, 2nd since the shiny's been released. Now it's got Nature's Madness, and then the 4th time around they'll probably say, hey, now it's got fairy winds, and now you can actually use it as a fairy type. 11 shundos. You got 2 more than myself. I need to catch up. Jealous. Hey, fantastic. Genuinely amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Everything is going great. Good to hear, Pedro. I sent you a message on Insta. Do you know if you're doing Madrid Go Fest? Unfortunately, I won't be doing Madrid Go Fest at all due to clashing dates. I had something planned for, literally at this point about 6 months, and unfortunately, it falls on that Madrid weekend, and I can't cancel it. It's a family obligation, and I even tried looking to fly into Madrid for one day because I'll be going to Sardinia, and it's just ridiculously expensive and complicated time-wise to fly for one day to do one night and one game day and then fly back to Sardinia. It makes no sense, unfortunately. I would have loved to have done it, but just can't do it. So I'll be doing New York instead. Good luck everybody who's in this raid, by the way, who's not on stream, but sadly the remote didn't come through. Right, the raid should have refreshed, so let's get this one caught and we'll move straight on. Hopefully this one doesn't take ages to catch because the raids will have actually respawned. Keep up the grind, yes. Mike Griffin, don't worry about the lack of a shundo. You can play super hardcore, so I know there are some people who are super hardcore players and have never encountered the shundo in 20,000 legendary raids. It's all a game of RNG and it's pretty wild. Then again, there's always that thing of suspecting that new accounts get the good RNG. I've seen so many lower level players or newer players getting shundo legendaries and things like that. There's the catch. There it is. Right, we've got the refresh. Let's go. Next wave of raids. Let's jump straight in. 2 of the 3 shundos that CeeLo has were from random special trades that went lucky. Those are some of the best, genuinely. I do love when they come through. Telepathy's done. Let's try. I can't remember if Panda said you were maxed. If you're maxed on invites or you don't want to remote raid anymore for Tapu Koko, that's understandable. I might have missed your message. Rebecca, welcome in. Thank you very much for supporting the channel and the content that goes out video and live stream wise. Good to hear. Sad to hear. I was hoping to get a chance to see you again. Yeah, it was a real shame. I would have loved to have done Madrid because I would have done Madrid and New York, but timing wise is a problem. I'm hoping there's some other European events later in the year, like somewhere across Europe. I would genuinely love to do a community day somewhere around Europe, to be honest. After Barcelona City Safari, we did Timber Community Day because it was on the same weekend. Let's invite the 3 AJs. Come on. Charlie Todd's online. Edinburgh. That's 5 right there. Ping. Just hit lucky friends with one of the local shiny Latias trade coming in. Well, fingers crossed the Schlundo luck comes through because it's almost better than the Shundo, getting the lucky on it as well. 3 of my 9 Shundos are actually from special trades as well. I would definitely say the trading can be laborious and very boring, but it's one of the best ways to easily get yourself some decent IV Pokemon. And if they go lucky, then there's a reduced cost to power them up. But there's no, I mean, they sped up the trading animation, but there's no way to speed up trading, as it were. The only thing I can really recommend is that basically, rather than checking the IVs of every single Pokemon after you've traded it, just tick next. And once you've done your trade cap and your special trade, check all the IVs afterwards, and you can mass transfer them. If there's fresh people joining the stream, welcome in. Good to have you joining us. We're on to the second half of Tapu Koko Raid Hour. And we're seeing if it will sparkle tonight or deliver 100%er. Let's see. Maxi, welcome into the stream. Hey, good to see you again. Hope all is well with you. Leon, that's my last raid. Hey, well, thanks very much for jumping on, but don't remove me, obviously, because you're on for Primal Kyogre. Just tick yourself offline, but I'll do my best to remember. In fact, I'd imagine that most of you guys are already maxed. Not a problem. But thanks for picking in the raids and everything like that. Joining the stream. I do love these raid recommendations sometimes. It's picked to 98% shiny over all of the level 50 hundos I have. Maybe I need to revive some stuff. Maybe. Lime, welcome into the stream. Matthias, welcome into the stream. I'm not sure if that's how your name's pronounced, but I'm trying to read the text as we're walking along, so a little bit tricky. Yeah, Mega Tyranitar will be back in raids, technically hatching from 11 AM tomorrow. Right, there we go. Fantastic. Tapu Koko down. Good luck to everybody who's in that lobby. 1796 is not too bad. I think that might be a 96% we've just nabbed ourselves. Maybe it could be shiny. Let's see. Good luck to everybody who's in there. Right. Leon with the final strike with a purified muck. Not something I expected to see, but poison type, super effective versus fairy. And boom, not shiny. God damn you, Tapu Koko. God damn you. Right, let's get this thing caught quickly because we're at the next location. Have we got our Hundo or Shundo Tapu Koko? Alas, no. So, sadly not. Tapu Koko's played very hard ball on the IV game, really. Not shiny for Mike, 1781. Oh, it's a Pundo. It's a Pundo in that case. A purified 100%er. Anyone notice the constant, not very effective text on raids now? I don't know. I sort of notice sometimes it lags when you switch mons. And it sometimes presents a not very effective message or a super effective message. And you're like, okay. Not technically correct, but there's the catch. 1796. We know it's not 100%. We've got a gun. Why am I clicking Picky Peck that's under the gym? How dare you, game? We're going to jump straight in. Sea Wrestling. Actually, I'd really like that. I'll get back to you on that thing. Let me just ping wave one of the invites out. So I'll ping you 3 invites. Not sure if you're still raiding, but we'll find out. Mossus Loathes. There we go. Ping. Somebody is max. That's all good. It's expected towards the end of a raid hour. Wolverine 2. Come to the raid. So, would you use a remote trade pass that costs 100 coins, so a bit like a raid pass, but allows you to trade with anyone globally? See, the thing is, for things like a special trade or a lucky trade you've got, that would actually be very, very worthwhile as a little purchasable item. Like, I know some people might get angry, classic things of like, oh my god, it's a new thing to buy in the game, but genuinely there are so many people I'm lucky friends with who are on the other side of the world who, we don't go to the same live events. So personally, yes, I think that would be a really, really interesting idea, and would actually like to see that sort of thing implemented. It'd be great. They won't ever do it because trading is sort of their nice, live event game aspect. Yeah, we've got a lot of dead mons. Let's quickly revive. Actually, no, we don't. Well, we have a lot of half-dead Pokemon. Let's do that. And we'll go with the Shadows. Or should we go with the Excadrills? Shadows. Let's do that instead. What was that, ETLS? I'd recommend if you're trying to get Shundos, go hard on the research and the com days and hunt wild hundos. Yeah, exactly. Research definitely, because there's always that IV flaw. And you know the CP you're searching for if you do a little bit of research ahead of the event. And research tasks are free. Free things to do. Francesco, thank you very much for the super sticker and the little dono, my man. I hope you're feeling okay. VG raise his hand, I would too. Honestly, I mean, I'm lucky friends with about 4 or 5 Australian/New Zealand players. And, it's still the thing of one of them Zoe 2 dots and actually Cricket 23. I'm lucky friends with them both, but because of how live events work, they're very busy, I'm very busy. When we bump into each other, we've always got lucky friend trades planned with our Patreon supporters and fans, so it's very difficult to actually sync up and do the lucky trade. And even if you've done that, I did one, I think I actually talked about it, and we were both maxed, or we already used our special trade. So it's like, well, we're here at this live event that might be once or twice a year, and you can't do it. So I would actually very much like to see that little trade pass implemented, even if it was something like, because it's a remote trade thing, they do the same price as the remote raid pass. So it's 195 coins, but you could do one global trade. I wouldn't particularly mind that, just to get people tick off the list. It'd be great. And then after a while, we'd all come to the realization that lucky friends are terrible anyway, and they don't give you anything good from the lucky trades, so we wouldn't bother buying it. It'd be like a sort of, what's the word? I forget. Temporary joy, but 1787 over here. Hopefully anybody who was in that raid with me bags something better. Who was in with me? Oh, nice shiny Landorus, Mr. Laverack. Nice. That's one shundo I'd love to get. Landorus Therian form shundo would be sick. Lotho with the style point, Wolverine nabbing the Traveller badge, and Ray K's got the largest Groudon. Beautiful, and still no shiny Tapu Koko. Would you believe it? Sandra, hey, I think you've nabbed yourself a 98%er there, potentially. 1803 is so close. It's only 7 CP off the hundo. Beautiful. Congrats and good luck on catching it. And Mike, I did see that other one ran away as well. So that's 3 you've lost? That's a ridiculous ratio. At this point, I think the RNG is not in your favour, so I definitely recommend delete the game and reinstall it. Because it might, the data will panic and go, oh my god, it's deleted the game. I've done that sometimes when I'm having horrible RNG or something like that. I quickly delete the app, leave it like a couple of hours, and then reinstall it. VG 1787, so you and I are basically on par with the same IV. Kevin 1779, no shiny. No shiny, no shiny. Andrew Navin 1748, but not shiny. So no shinies. Damn. Dwayne, this is basically my message into the Incense podcast. All the efforts into the trade and the 12, 12, 12 lucky. Exactly. You get 12, 12, 12 lucky. You're like, am I really going to power this up? No. It was like, what was it? I think it was one of my Sinotaur LA videos where people commented because they couldn't believe I transferred a shiny lucky Groudon straight away. I'm like, I know it was a lucky friend trade with the trainer club, but I just looked at it and thought, I'm never ever going to power up because I have 300% Groudons. So what's the point, frankly? There we go, some fresh faces on the online list. There we go. Farmer Baker, thank you very much for the support. Glad to hear you enjoy the content, and keep supporting. Appreciate you. Thank you. Mr. Laverack, hey, cheers for the invites, Milo. I was taking my own mini raid hour. 1759 non-shiny. Damn, sorry to hear. Well, thanks for joining for the raid hour. Good to have you on board. And I seem to be using basically dead Mamoswine, so that's not the way we want to go. Right, second batch of invites. I think everybody is maxed. You guys are maxed. I can't remember if Tom and... Yeah, you guys are maxed. That's all good. It would make sense given how late into the raid hour we actually are. Ping. Sandra, did you catch that 1803? Or are you still catching it at the moment? I mean, fingers crossed for a catch. It's good IV. Mike Griffin, not shiny, 1761 and maxed. I can't believe out of those 5 promotes, dude, 3 of them ran. That's just ridiculous. Oh, Disney Mum Rachel, sorry, I didn't see you popping in. Hello, hello, hello. Lovely to see you. Next raid, I'll ping you an invite, see if we can get lucky friends ahead of New York Go Fest. We've got some time now. Hope you've been keeping well. Oscar, very, very important question. What is your favourite Pokemon? My personal favourite Pokemon would be Trico. I'm a big fan of the Gen 3 region. It's my favourite starter overall, and I adore the shiny. The shiny Trico with the sort of blue. The whole family line is great, but I don't know. I like it. A Gecko's cool. It's a cool design. I really, really like it. So that would be mine. VG, I was in the shop and missed the invite. No sweat at all, not a problem. It happens. but lucky friends with rated K. Perfect. Make that 4. 4 out of 5 is just ridiculous. Something's off, dude. Something's off big time. Sorry you're having that awful RNG. Farmer Baker, not spamming at all. That's why we've got slow mode on the chat. Slow mode on is to stop the spamming, but that's all good. Do you know if Tapu Koko is good for PvP? I don't think it is, unfortunately. It's not good for raids either, because the moves in terms of like fast and charge moves don't correspond terribly well. Its fast move pool isn't great. It's not actually very usable as an electric type Pokemon either. There are vastly more good legendary electric type Pokemon than there are sort of fairy types, but this thing needs a fairy type fast move to make it usable. I think the ones that are good in PvP is Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini is usable in PvP. I think Great and Ultra League is where you want to use that one from rough memory. And 1777 on the thing here. Goodness me. Level up with Maz and Owen. Fantastic. CeeLo. Oh, thank you very much for the super sticker dono. Appreciate your support. Part of the mod squad. Thank you so much for chucking that into the stream. And Boris with a final strike with the Groudon. Lovely. Not shiny. Can't believe it. Is this going to be a shiny-less raid hour? I reckon we can get 2, maybe 3 more raids in if we're lucky. 1780 regular for Sue. Tried deleting and reloading the game. It might seem like an odd strategy, but genuinely I think there is that sort of data track from Niantic in the game. Because sometimes I've done that where I've just closed the game, deleted it off the phone, and then reinstalled it, and suddenly everything's okay. Or you leave the game offline for like nearly an entire day, and it goes panic. And it goes, oh my god, I need to reset their RNG and make them happy. The other thing is I do believe they listen to your microphone, so swear profusely into your phone. And say, I will delete the game if I don't get this. You might have seen that on various videos when I start moaning about shiny RNG, and then suddenly a shiny appears 2 seconds later. There's the catch. Lovely. I've yelled at the app myself. I think a lot of us have, to be honest. Oh, the main thing for tomorrow with Weather Week. Oh, it's Sierra that's here. Damn. Ooh, what's going on? That's really weird. There's quite a lot of leaders dotted around. Oh, but there is an Arlo. If we can nab that Arlo before it changes potentially the weather boost, that would be nice. So we're going to jump into this one and get on going. And then you get a shiny Bronzor. Only if you click them, Jerry. Only if you click them. That's why I try not to click them. Also, I discovered, I know if you keep track of like the research tasks for the season, then you'll probably know, what they might be. But I was immensely disappointed the other day when I discovered catch 15 different species of Pokemon. So 15 different Pokemon, not just like 15 of the same one. You can't go and farm an S. 15 different Pokemon. The reward for that field research task is a Bronzor. It's like the most common shiny in the game, and it's been a super boosted spawn for the entire season just gone, and it's still everywhere. It was in Sinnoh as well. Like, why are you making us do this? Very weird. Right, I'm gonna see if we can nab a Landor Alpha for an invite. Probably not, but it's worth a shot. Pokemon X, welcome into the stream. I love that. Christopher, bro, find a Mewtwo for me. Well, I don't know exactly what you want me to do about that. Wait until the weekend of the 30th and 31st, and then you'll be finding shadow ones with shiny potential over the course of that weekend. One with 62 tapping. Hear that, particularly since it's technically its last day. It will be available to raid tomorrow morning, but it's disappearing soon. RNG is a weird factor. The worst one, actually, legendary shiny wise for me, has been, it was originally Virizion, but it's now been outclassed by a long margin. 97 raids to get shiny Origin Dialga. It was the worst RNG for me ever. And even though I got the Dialga ticket for Sinnoh, I picked Dialga specifically and it refused to give me the shiny. So RNG for legendaries can be really weird, because I mean, you're basically now more than 3 times overdue technically for a shiny in a weird way, and me, I was nearing 5 times over the odds for that shiny technically. Any raids left? Yes, Cedric, good evening, good morning, welcome in. We've got 1, potentially 2 left over, so I can ping you an invite. Patreon squad supporter. Maston, hey, lovely to see you, my man. How are you? Been a while. Mr. Lowe. That's the first time I've ever been called that in my life. I thought my 59 for Origin Giratina was wild. I've seen people going nearly to 150 of a certain legendary to get the shiny, and it's like, it shouldn't be like that, but unfortunately that's how RNG functions. 1791, it could be better, but it could be a lot worse. Rihanna tuning in from Brazil, welcome in. Thanks for tuning in, hope you're good. And, oh, Lando Alpha with the final strike. We got the friendship level up, that's the key thing. Not shiny, for goodness sake. I reckon we're going to go full raid hour tonight, no shiny. Tapu Koko with bad RNG. You know what that means? We cannot raid Regice at all. We can't do it. Maybe it means good RNG on Kyogre, but I'd rather have the good RNG saved for Groudon on the 23rd, I think it is. And there's the catch. Sweet. 5XL candy. We'll move straight on to... We've got a very late air catch there, which is nice. So we can do this one with 2 minutes left on it, and then we've got a late air catch to finish up. Love to see it. Sandra with the 1773. Sorry, Sandra, did you catch the 1803 from a couple of raids ago? Hopefully you did, Cedric. Invites coming your way. Let's go to the end of the list. Stewie Man. I can't remember if the Wolverine is maxed. Possibly. People will be maxing out. I've still got 2 remotes which I'm saving for West Coast. Pokemon X, did I miss anything? A couple of shinies for people who got invited, and also ETLS nabbed a Shundo Tapu Koko from another raid invite from somewhere across the world. So ETLS is the person who's nabbed the Shundo this evening, which is amazing. But otherwise, on my screen, we've had exactly zilch. We've had basically nothing, which is, we had some XL candy. You know, not the worst thing in the world. That's typically how raid hours go. We know this is the drill. Most raid hours are going to be pretty dead for you, but that's how it runs. Right, can we nab a level up with somebody else? Or a lucky friends with JT, perhaps? Maybe. I might already be lucky friends with JT, actually. No, I am. I went lucky friends with him after I got back from LA. Unbelievable. Because yeah, I did see that posted on X. It was last week or 2 weeks ago. EX, they finally got rid of the EX gym tag, and it's now called Elite Gym, which, I mean, they finally updated it after over a year of having the system implemented, but it's Niantic, you know, they do whatever. 5 of us in, lovely. Thank you for jumping in. Love, Stewie Man, Cedric, Charlie Todd. Ah, Sandra, thank you very much there for the super chat. Quite a momentous one, actually. Thank you for being you. The super sticker, is that a very happy chicken? I don't know. Appreciate the support, really do. Patreon squad member, thank you so much indeed. And well, congrats on the 1803. It's a rather smashing IV one. A few donos flying around tonight, which I'm always appreciative of. Going to be going towards New York. Start piling up and saving up for New York. Why is it telling me this is not very effective? Is this the thing you were talking about? Telepathy, wasn't it? About this not very effective, when actually ground versus electric is super effective. It's just broken. DD's Gaming Center, hello, welcome in. GJ's, I guess it is, hello, welcome in. That's the bug. I've just noticed it. I'm fairly sure that, you know, this doesn't have a dragon fast move. These are not set up as dragon type Pokemon. These are set up as a ground team. So, yep. I mean, at least it's a visual glitch. At least it isn't implemented in such a way that you do super effective damage and it adds HP to the raid boss. That would be monumentally stupid. No! 1850. No, 1750. Sorry, can't have 1850. Impossible. Very bad stats, but... Final strike, Lothic with the star points, Cedric with the largest Groudon. Lovely work. Right, it won't be the final raid, it's the penultimate raid. Second to last. Good luck to those 4 Patreon members who are in. And this is still not shiny. Will we bag the shiny just after 7 o'clock? Because RNG, Tapu Koko, not my friend apparently. In terms of catching it though, yeah, we're absolutely fine. Don't know how, it's just catching so easy. But before we go and do that raid boss, check an Axew. And I wanted to do this. Because March the 27th, you're going to see the Shadow Shinies from the leaders are going to switch. We don't know what they're going to switch to. Now, what did I have in my team? I had Latios. I actually don't remember my team. I know I had a Reshiram somewhere for fire, for in case he has Scizor in the back. And that middle mon, I forget, because it's usually Charizard or something, so I think I had a Rhyperior. Rhyperior, yes, there we go. I think that was my team. So let's rock with that. Shadow Shiny Bag-On potential from Arlo is only going to be here for sort of the next 2 weeks or so. So try and chase it now if you haven't got it. It's top tier dragon type in the game. Shadow Bag-On, Shadow Salamence rather. But it does mean that the Shadow Shinies are going to switch. And also we're going to see some different Shadow Shiny potentials from Grunts. I'd strongly suspect that Shadow Shiny Drowsy is going to be put into the Psychic types because I've seen that as listed as a Shadow 1-star raid boss. A few more will be rotating out, but I hope that Magnemite goes back in the Electric Grunts. Gotta be honest. But it'll be interesting to see what new Shadow Shinies are going to be added, because they added 2 this wave. Zubat and Tentacle, and they really are rotating them very quickly. It's almost like every 2 months or 2.5 months. How many Mewtwo raids are we going to do? The word for that is as many as possible. Or rather, a few words for that are as many as possible. Car raid is the only way to go on that front, so we'll be doing that basically for 2 days. Seeing what we can get. And there is the Sizzle, so into Reshiram, and we go. Alright, let's see if this is going to be Shadow Shiny, people. Will this be the only shiny of the stream? I strongly doubt it, but, you know. Also seen the bug on the Shadow Raikou raids as well. Yeah. I assume even if you're doing a 1-star raid, it will tell you it's not very effective. Right. Will it be Ka-ching? Not the green bag on, and also not 100% because you're looking for north of 400 CP. Is it a 420 or something like that? I genuinely forget. How many people do you have to take down? Mewtwo is going to be very strong. Very strong. I'd recommend probably 6 decent trainers to take it down. Is it 429? That sort of rings a bell, doesn't it? Panzer. Right, it's 7 o'clock now, so technically raid hour is over. And we're going to go and hit this one at Town Hall just to round out and see if the after raid hour luck is going to kick in. There we go, we're in range. Right, let's go. Rock and roll. So, a couple of Patreon Squad members getting some invites. Batman of Texas is online. Nice. Cedric, have another invite. Dwayne, come to the raid if you fancy it. And then Sandpiper, there we go. Ping those invites out. Shadow Groudon will be fire. Yeah, absolutely. Shadow Groudon is going to be a really, really good Pokemon. I suspect it will be exactly the same situation as Shadow Kyogre in the way that it's going to be like the second best DPS of its typing, but it won't be as good as the Primal, which is kind of how things should be, really. The Primal should be top tier. One more pass to burn, 2. Fabulous. VG will be chucking it. And Jerry has a few passes to burn. Sue's not capped. Love it. Jerry, Sue, low 8. We'll ping one to Motters, see if we can get lucky again. And try the Wolverine. Max, somebody's maxed out. Sandra, see if we can get you in as well. Somebody had a query about Ditto. Thank you, Dwayne, for answering them. Yes. Dwayne, Del Hazard is quite correct. Anybody was asking that question. Places like GoHub, Pokemon GoHub, and Leak Duck are best places to go and search for that sort of information regarding the likes of what can be disguised as, or Ditto can disguise as, rather. From memory, there's a few Kantomons and a few others, like there's Bidoof and Rhyhorn and Oddish, that sort of thing. I forget entirely what they could be, because I don't tend to chase Ditto these days. Only because it's not really a massively boosted spawn, so you need a Ditto focused event. Like they had one not too long ago. I think it was sort of the tail end of, was it last season or last year? There was an Adamant Time event that had a Ditto boost on it. And typically, unless they do a terrible April Fool's event like they did last year for Pidgey, sometimes they do a Ditto boost on that New Year's event, so keep your eye out, folks. After Shadow Mewtwo has been and gone, there'll probably be an April Fool's event on that Monday following. Hopefully it's better than last year, because Pidgey Pandemonium was terrible. It was a terrible April Fool's event. Capped out with my raids. Andrew, no worries. I suspected so. DD's Gaming Centre, thank you for hitting that subscribe button. Welcome to the subscribers of the channel. Right, that is the final raid completed, people. No, it was a 1760 something. Right, well, good luck. The folks who were in that raid. I think we had a nice lobby of 9. VG final raid of 1782. Last raid shiny. Let's see, shall we? Let's see. It could very well be. And your boy hitting that subscribe button too. Anybody who's hit that subscribe button over the course of this stream, thank you very much. Good to have you joining and on board with the channel. We always live stream spot hours, we always live stream raid hours, and if there's some other things going on, we tend to live stream them as well if we can. This week is quite nice and heavy. Tomorrow we're going to live stream Weather Week for about 2 hours covering the event in the afternoon here. We'll live stream a bit of Listen Community Day, and we'll live stream a bit of the Primal Kyogre Raid Day too. Right, let's see. Is it the final raid, the shiny? Unbelievable. That is a completely dead raid hour, which means out of 2 weeks of Tapu Koko, probably 60 to 70 raids, one shiny. So, bad RNG on this mon this time round. And unfortunately, that's just how it goes. But if I was going to have a shiny, I would rather have the shiny last week when we hit 20k subscribers on the raid hour stream last week. So, rather have had that. First ball catch. There's definitely a bit of a wind, Wayne. We're at 20.2 now. We're still growing, which is good. Still growing, we're still grinding, putting out the content. So if you're new here, you're never going to miss out on that content. Hit the notification bell as well, because I will say, even though if you subscribe and hit the notification bell, YouTube is very bad with the notifications. It doesn't always say, hey, this person's put this video out. It might put the notification through about 2 weeks later. And we finally got a problematic Tapu Koko. Come on. Cedric, you're very welcome for those 2 invites. There's the catch, beautiful. Fabulous. So this was pretty dead, obviously. There's that a 13, 12, 12, but that is a bunch of raids completed tonight, and no shiny, which is a bit of a shame. So congrats to the people who did get their shinies though, which is always really lovely to hear, including Alex, who nabbed a 98% shiny, which is amazing. So yeah, we're going to round out tonight. Why are you moving? Because I'm walking around. I'm walking around. This is live streaming on a mobile. Why did you do 70 raids? Because I don't have a hundo. I don't have a hundo of it. We took a bit of a break when the Pikachu event was out. Then we were burning the 5 remotes per day on the Pikachu. But thank you very much everybody for joining. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you everybody to hit that subscribe button over the course of this stream. As I said, tomorrow from about 2 PM, so when a community day would typically start, we're going to be live streaming for 2 hours or so, covering the weather week and see if we can nab a shiny in the wild, and maybe a Mega Tyrannosaur raid as well. So I'll be back tomorrow with another live stream, but appreciate all of you as always. Thank you so much to the mod squad as well for helping keep things in check and running the chat and helping out you guys as well. Really do appreciate each of you supporting the channel and the content, and me as well. Thank you so much, and I'm not going to go and do that Goomy raid because I'm not crazy, but until tomorrow, have a good evening, have a good day, and I may see some of you in a East Coast raid lobby. What is going on with this live stream?